Hello, my name is Bas Veloplus and I'm from the Netherlands. I'm currently on a bicycle trip from Amsterdam to China. China being my first goal actually, second goal might be Singapore, and third goal actually might be the whole east coast of Australia as well. So I'm cycling the world, you could say. And I've ended up here in Tbilisi, and at Veloplus I was trying to check out my bike for a small checkup.
Oh,
So my route followed through Turkey, and about a week ago I entered Georgia, and Georgia was pretty special for me because it was a long time since I smelled pine trees, and Georgia is has a lot of pine trees. So actually, when I entered Georgia, the first thing I noticed was the smell is very nice, very fresh, and I could immediately sort of smell that I would like Georgia to cycle through. When I entered Georgia, something changed as well, and the thing that changed was the road conditions. I think in Turkey I was used to cycling on big road, and we had the big shoulder on the right side that you could cycle, and in Georgia the shoulder was smaller, so you were closer to the cars, and sometimes this felt a little bit dangerous. But if what I did is I tried to find different routes from the main road, and I found a route from Batumi to Tbilisi, which was very nice, and up a path, the Goderci Pass. I went up, and it was a little bit hard, but it was worth it because there were very little cars, and the nature is just excellent. In Georgia, I mean, also in Turkey, but also in Georgia, the people, if you're on the road on a bicycle, you're doing bicycle touring, long trip, people get, my experience from West Europe to Turkey and now Georgia, people get more and more hospitable. So I've been, I think, at 3 people's houses, inviting me for dinner, for drinking wine, of course. Georgia, big wine company, wine country, and I've learned how to say cheers. So now when I drink wine with people, I say kalmar juice. So travelers, bike tours that go from west to east or east to west and have to pass through Georgia, or you should choose actually to pass through Georgia. But once in Georgia, I can advise from Batumi to Tbilisi to take the Aksalchike, I have to say. Aksalchike Goderci Pass route, because it's very beautiful. And what I did is, of course, bicycle tours carry their tent on their back. I do as well, big bag right here. And we slept on 2,025 meters, and this was a very good experience. When I drove into Tbilisi, it was only yesterday actually, something happened again, because once you go to big cities, the roads get more crowded, more cars, more trucks, and this can be sometimes a little bit dangerous, especially with some rude drivers that just pass you by really close. And I think what would be very nice for a big city like Tbilisi, because it's dense, so you can reach easily with bicycles. So why is there no more bicycle paths in a big city like Tbilisi? Where I come from, Amsterdam, more people ride bicycles than people ride cars, because the infrastructure for bicycles is so good. This means cleaner air, this means less traffic, this means happier people. When I was little, I had like this dream about slow traveling the world, and when I maybe was 18, now I'm 27 by the way, but when I was 18, this got together in this idea, okay, I want to cycle to China. So I was working, saving some money, but when I was actually making plans for this trip, I looked at my bank account and it was too short. So I looked for ways in which I could finance the trip. Now I can make some videos. So on my bicycle, for example, you can see the different parts where I can mount video. This is because I make a YouTube show in which I want to inspire other peers of my age to not play on their smartphone, be behind the computer screens all day, but just to go outside and see the world with your own eyes. So you're not influenced only by the media, but you can make your own opinion. And I hope that Detour on YouTube is able to do this. When you tour on a bicycle, I think in one day, maybe a whole month is added in experiences. And I think this is so important. I think it's so important to not depend on media and screens. So my final plea would be to say, you're watching this somehow right now. Maybe on a laptop, maybe on your smartphone, but put it away, get on a bicycle and go outside, bike.